What is up, internet? In today's video, I want to show you guys how I edited the intro to my iPhone 14 Pro review video. I'm going to show you guys how I find music, how I edit the video, how do I choose what clips to get, and all that good stuff. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Okay guys, so I just opened up my empty project file. This is basically what I see every time I create a new vlog. It's got all my used assets and everything. It's got my little icons that I use, some sound effects, my end screen. If you guys want a tutorial on how to make one of these, let me know. But we're going to start off with this. It's pretty much blank after a minute. So what I'm going to do now is go into Finder, and we're going to get the footage out of this folder. What I like to do before that though is click on this and press Command C, and you're going to see why in a second. What I'm going to do is we're going to grab all this footage and we're going to drag it onto the timeline. And then I'm going to press Command Option V. What that does is applies the fill, because before you could see these black bars on the sides. My resolution for these videos is a little unorthodox, to say the least. So I want to fill it to make sure it fills the whole frame. And then I apply my preset color that I do to these videos. So for example, let's get this shot right here. As you can see, I like to add a little bit more contrast, make the shadows a little bit darker, make the brighter areas a little bit brighter, and I think overall it gives you a better looking image. I went before I started making this video because I didn't know if I was going to make this video, and first thing I did was I found this section of this clip. So it's me and my vehicle just getting some shots of the iPhone. I made 2 cuts so that way I could just option hold, click and drag to the front, because this is going to be the first clip that I want to use. I like the way it looks. And then after that, what I did, which is already done over here, I went to slow and 25% speed. Now this is, as you guys can see over here, a 60 frames per second clip. Realistically, you're only supposed to go to 50% because I'm on a 30 frames per second timeline. So by filming in 60 frames per second and putting it on a 30 frames per second timeline, you get to cut the video speed in half without having lag of any kind. So let me show you guys again what that would look like here. This is how it looks with this is how it looks with 60 frames per second slowed down. And then if I try to, I'm just going to extend it a little bit so it could be somewhat different than the other clip. So now if I go to 25% speed, that would mean that the clip is playing at like 15 frames per second. So now if I press play, you can see it's kind of choppy looking. It's not really smooth. It's not really what you want for a YouTube video. So something I love about Final Cut Pro is once you slow it down to 25%, sometimes even slower, it just really depends on the clip. You go to video quality and optical flow. So that turns my 15 frames per second clip into almost a smooth 30 frames per second. Like you can't really even tell. Check this out. That looks absolutely amazing. Like I filmed this in 90 or 120 frames per second. Absolutely a game changer. I really love that feature. So now we need to find music. So how I find music is I go to Envato Elements. Once inside Envato Elements, video's not sponsored by the way, I go to music and I usually type in lo-fi or hip hop depending on the vibe that I want. And then I sort by new, and then I just go through the tracks one by one. So for example, I'll start here.
Audio Jungle.
Or I'll check out this. Or I'll check out this. Now, I already downloaded this one earlier. I really like the way it sounds. I'm going to go back into Final Cut Pro. Now, any music you get, is completely up to you, but this is what I like to go for. So I'm going to get this track and we're going to place it on timeline. I'm going to find where the first beat kicks in because this part's a little slow. I want around something like this. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to press Q on my keyboard, which is going to eliminate all the rest of the beginning up until this point where my cursor was. We're going to have to adjust that just a little bit more. So I'm going to zoom in and we're going to go right here. And again, I'm going to press Q. That sounds pretty good. So now I'm going to go over here. And now this is the first clip of the iPhone 14 Pro. And then I'm going to cut to the next clip right here. Once I got the music selected, I'm going to lower the volume a little bit. I don't typically like the volume of my videos to go over this number 6. I like it to be either in the middle of the 6 and 12, or if I want the video to be a little louder, in between the 0 and 6. So let's see what that sounds like. That sounds pretty good. And now I stopped it here for a purpose. I want my clip to end right here. So I'm going to press W, which is going to end the clip right there. And let's see how it skips to the next clip. Okay, perfect. The next thing for me to do is drag the music over here. That way we don't keep hearing it over and over. Yes, I could just mute the clip, but I don't want to do that right now. I want to try to get as many cinematic looking shots as I could to get a nice beginning of this video. I'm going to just scrub through these clips, see what I could find, and we'll go from there. Okay, so I really like the way that this clip came out, but it's moving a little too slow. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a speed ramp here. For X. Beautiful. Then I could go showing the screen a little bit because we already showed the back. So I'm going to do again what I did with this clip. I'm going to make this a little slower. We're going to go to 25%. And then we're going to go to video quality, optical flow. Now, it might take a little while. Don't worry. It's doing pretty good things. It's adding its own generated frames in between the frames that you recorded. You see with this little piece of music that comes in? This is where the beat hits or the kick from the instruments, from the drums come in. So I'm going to click right over here. We're going to see how close we can get to it. And we're going to end the clip right there. And then we're going to render this again. A trick I learned when using the front-facing camera on iPhones is to go into draw mask and then just make a mask around yourself, around the iPhone or whatever. Doesn't have to be exact, just as quickly as you could. Mask out my fingers. As you can see, only the iPhone is visible. We're going to make another clip. We're going to leave that one as is. We're going to come back to this one. And we're going to delete that mask. And then we're going to go to Nope. Not trying to open up any apps right now. Sorry, guys. We're going to go to Gaussian blur. And we're going to blur me. So you guys could see. I mean, while it's not the best, it's definitely a quick fix when recording with the front-facing camera on the iPhone. Let's do that to 14, and then we're gonna go back to here, and this is where we can make all our adjustments. We're gonna feather this. Let's see. We're gonna go negative feather of 20, and then we're just gonna press play. We'll see how it looks so far, and we'll make our adjustments from there. The clips are coming along nicely, but I want to make the sequence shorter. I think 15 seconds to get to this point is too long. So I'm happy with this one at the beginning. So we're just gonna have to shorten these clips a bit. So I'm stopping it right at that snare. I believe that's what it is. So I'm gonna stop the clip right there. Then I'm gonna stop this clip right here. Now I wanna stop it here, but I want more than that. Just this camera to be visible. I like it right here. Trim it down, and then I'm gonna press T, and we're gonna drag this around until the ending. We want the ending to be what was on this side. So let's click render, and let's see how that looks. Perfect. That is absolutely perfect. So that's what we want. Let's see if we could smooth this out with the stabilization as well. Let's just give it a whirl. Let's see if that does anything for us. Because usually when you film in slow motion, it's already steady. So let's see what that looks like with a 1. Oh my god, that looks absolutely stunning. Let's just drag this to number 3 and render it. Let's just see what it looks like. Oh my god. Can you guys believe this was recorded with the iPhone 12? Really? Not even a 12 Pro, just a 12 mini. Okay, now this is the shot that's going to bring us into the review of me when I'm talking. So we got this shot, we got the back, we got the time, we got the camera lenses, we got the titanium marble, we got the stainless steel. We have me using the phone. So I like this shot, but I like it going in reverse. So we're going to have to do some cuts here. We're going to cut this piece. And this is where I say it would end. So we're going to cut that piece. Then we're going to reverse this. And obviously we're going to have to do a 25%. We'll go to optical flow. That looks absolutely stunning. We might want to start around here instead. So now we're going to get into the clips of me actually talking. What I like to do is cut the music around where my A-roll clip starts. We're going to drag it like this, and then we're going to drag this point, which lowers the volume, almost like a fade. The only problem is that this goes straight down to 0. So we're going to drag this one to about negative 32 is what I usually fall to, negative 32, 33, 34, somewhere around that range. That way it doesn't fall to 0, it falls to negative 32. I'm going to shut my ringer off because my wife is sending me memes. This is the iPhone 14 Pro. As you guys can see, that looks and sounds pretty good, except for the fact that my wife's iPhone 12 put like a green tint on the video. I'm not sure why it did that. So I have to copy this clip. So we're going to lower this volume. And we want to try to get this clip to not be green. So let's try to do a balance color. Didn't really do anything. So let's get rid of that. Let's go here. Whoa, the color wheels. Let's see if we could change the temperature a bit. Once the green starts to leave, we can just lower the opacity. That's too much blue. Oh wow, this whole clip is just super. Oh no, the green don't stop till we get around here. Okay. So now we know to do this. We'll get rid of this one. See how that looks.
This is the iPhone 14 Pro.
Okay, so that looks definitely better. We could still work around with this though. So let's go back into here. Yeah, I think that looks good.
This is the iPhone 14 Pro.
So now we want to get, before I start closing my eyes, so we're going to get this frame right here. We'll delete that one, and then we'll get this around here. Then we're going to get that, so let's see how that looks and sounds.
I've been using this device for almost 10 months.
So that's going to be it for the intro. This is how the whole sequence looks exported in 4K quality.
This is the iPhone 14 Pro.
I hope you guys enjoyed. I actually filmed me editing the whole video, but then this video would have been like well over an hour long. So I figured let me separate it. I'll just do the intro for this one. If you guys want to see me edit a whole video, whether that be a vlog or a product review, let me know in the comments and I'll see what I can do for you guys. Thank you for watching. Like the video and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, stay safe, and as always, God bless.